Hello, beautiful soul. I would like to continue to talk about present moment, the gift of the present moment, the gift of the eternal now. So for some reason, this is what's coming up for me today, so I want to continue to talk about it. Just as a quick review, I have struggled with anxiety, generalized anxiety disorder for my whole life. About 4 years ago, my body shut down, and that started me on this journey of exploring ways to be in the present moment, because I realized that that would possibly help my anxiety. What I found over the past 4 years is that for me, that has been the key to not being completely controlled by my anxiety. So if you want, you can listen to or watch the previous few videos in this little series about the present moment. What I want to talk about right now is, I've talked about the aspect, the one side of future focus increases or causes anxiety. That's from a Lao Tzu quote from the Tao. There's another aspect too. So if you focus in the past, that creates depression. So what Lao Tzu says is, if you are living in the past, you are depressed. If you are living in the future, you are anxious. And if you are living in the moment, you are at peace. And that's definitely what I have experienced. What I would like to talk about now is the aspect of focusing on the past creates a feeling of depression. I have been diagnosed with mild depression, so by no means is it extreme or severe, and it's not as debilitating for me as my anxiety has been, but I will speak to my own experience, what I've experienced with depression. So if you are considering that the past, if you're considering that, or you're living in that space more often than you are in the present moment, it can very likely cause you feelings of depression. What can very often happen, what I've experienced, is that when I become obsessive about rehashing things that have happened, things like that, or bad things or embarrassing things, a lot of feelings can come up, like regret, embarrassment, shame, things like that, sadness, a lot of things. So I would just say, as we did with the anxiety, if you find yourself in a space of feeling those feelings and you recognize that you are thinking a lot of the past, or you're existing mostly in the past, not in the present moment, just to become aware of that. And how you can do that is by sitting comfortably and breathing. And what I often do is I'll inhale for 4 counts and I'll exhale for 4 counts. So if you want, we could do that right now. Just, if you can, feet on the floor to be grounded, and you can put your hands wherever you want. I like to put my hands on my thighs, and close your eyes. Become connected to yourself in this space. Become connected to your body. So feel your feet on the floor, feel your bum on the chair, and just inhale for 4 counts. Exhale for 4 counts. And if it helps, you can imagine or just really focus on your lungs filling and emptying. And sometimes I even like to put my hands on my lungs so I can actually feel it physically. You can also imagine or really take your focus to the air flowing in through your nose and what that feels like, and down your windpipe into your lungs. See if you can feel the sensation of the air flowing and moving, and then leaving again. So just a few more breaths here, feeling your feet on the floor, your bum on the chair, maybe your hands or crossed over each other, and they're on your chest, and you're feeling your lungs fill and empty. Just a few more breaths. And if you want, you can keep your eyes closed as I share a little more. Well, this is what it feels like to be in the present moment. And what we're working on is becoming aware of what it feels like when we shift from the present moment to either a future moment or a past moment. So right now we're focusing on shifting to the past moment, which Lao Tzu says can cause feelings of depression. So just think about that. So if you can, think of a past moment. Very often the feelings that come back to us and we sort of replay over and over again are things that we wish that we wouldn't have done, or that we would have done differently, or things that happened in the past that we miss. Things like that can tend to cause depression. So what we did when we were working with the future moment is we identified emotions of higher stress, of anxiety, of overwhelm, those types of more heightened emotions. These emotions for depression can tend to be feelings of regret, sadness, like I said, embarrassment, shame, when there's there's many more. In order to identify it, find your space. If you starting to feel feelings of depression, bring yourself to the space like we did. Ground yourself, feet on the floor, breathing, and see if you can find the little steps that you take from being in the present moment to these steps of emotion towards depression. I'm not saying depression as in the diagnosed depression. I'm saying more the feelings of depression. So it's a little bit different. This may or may not work depending on your spectrum, if you're diagnosed with depression or not. What I'm saying is that with feelings of depression, with feelings of sadness, feelings of regret or shame or embarrassment, you can very often catch those in early stages, using your emotions as a guide, and then using present moment awareness to help you come back into the present moment. So you're not valuing the past moment more than you're valuing the present moment. The other piece that's really helpful to remember, and I shared about this in the first video, is that the only moment that's real is this moment now. This is the only moment where your body, your breath, your mind, your heart, everything is in the same place. This is the only real moment. So when you start fixating or rehashing or becoming almost like have obsessive, compulsive thoughts of the past, you're now no longer in the present moment. You're no longer in the reality. You are in an imagined space that's created completely by your mind, remembering something. We'll talk about that more later, because that's so pivotal for me in my understanding and practice of present moment awareness, is really fully understanding that what am I doing? I did this. Present and past are imagined and in our minds, and we create them, we evoke them. Right now in the present moment is the only thing that's real, because this is the only place where we ever exist in our physical form. So hopefully that helps. So just doing the practice of present moment awareness, and then being aware, am I moving into a space of anxiety, which very often indicates that you're moving into a future awareness, or am I moving into more feelings of depression and sadness and that type of thing, which can often tend to mean that you are focusing in the past. And we want to bring it here to the moment where you have your sovereignty, where you have your power, where you have your reality, where you really are existing. So hopefully that helps. I will continue to delve into this, but I wanted to just share the aspect of past being a more depressive state, as stated by Lao Tzu. So hopefully that helps, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.